Welcome to this week's Supply Chain Update, brought to you by Phoenix International. Let's start with the market conditions for key shipping lanes. For Trans-Pacific eastbound, shipping lines have lowered short-term rates to both U.S. coast ahead of Lunar New Year to boost bookings. However, freight all kinds rates remain higher than named account contract rates. Peak season surcharges are still in effect, with further adjustments expected by mid-February. For Far East westbound, demand has softened with vessel utilization rates declining due to slower pre-Lunar New Year shipping activity. The market is cooling as the holiday approaches. For transatlantic westbound, a tentative agreement between the ILA and USMX has averted a strike, and disruption surcharges have been canceled. Rates are extended through January, with further extensions expected in February alongside new service network rollouts. Now let's review operational updates for each lane. No major equipment issues have been reported for Trans-Pacific eastbound at origin locations, and availability remains stable. And for Far East westbound, with reduced demand, carriers are actively promoting space for post-Lunar New Year shipments, signaling good equipment availability. Here's the latest on how capacity is being managed across shipping lanes. For Trans-Pacific eastbound, pre-Lunar New Year rush shipments continue to tighten space. Carriers are adjusting networks and blank sailings to balance capacity with demand. For Far East westbound, weaker demand ahead of Lunar New Year has led carriers to reduce sailings, bringing capacity below typical levels. Further adjustments to alliance services are expected after the holiday. Lastly, for transatlantic westbound, carriers are rolling out blank sailings as part of broader service network restructuring to adapt to market conditions. Moving on to the news of this week, President-elect Trump's proposed tariffs, including steep rates on Chinese goods, may be implemented quickly using the IEEPA. Businesses should prepare for supply chain disruptions by reassessing product origins and identifying alternatives. The tariffs are expected to increase costs, provoke retaliation, and significantly impact global trade. Global freight in 2025 faces risks from strike threats, rising tariffs, geopolitical tensions, and changing shipping alliances. To address these challenges, companies must invest in contingency planning, regional warehousing, and route diversification to maintain supply chain resilience. Zim has joined the Move to -15 Alliance to reduce emissions in the cold chain by raising frozen goods temperatures to -15 Celsius. This initiative, supported by global logistics leaders and launched at COP28, aims to cut emissions by 17.7 million tons annually, advancing sustainability in refrigerated shipping. A ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, effective January 19th, aims to stabilize the region through phased actions like prisoner exchanges and Gaza reconstruction. The agreement could improve Red Sea shipping conditions, disrupted by Houthi attacks, potentially reducing costs and stabilizing routes. And that concludes our update on the global supply chain. Thank you for joining us. We will continue to monitor these developments and keep you informed. You can follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube for more supply chain related updates.